So we are right back into another Dragon Ball Super card game video, and this one is kind of a list. This is the first part of the list of 10 different things that the Dragon Ball card game is missing, and I'm not alone. This time around is a little bit different as well. This one has Joey, Mr. Joey from Cross World TCG. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on. What's going on, Dragon Ballers?
Hey, I'm sure at home right now they are saying they are perfectly fine. So basically what we're going to go through is definitely pretty much 5 different things on on my video, and then on his video 5 different things. So the first thing I kind of want to talk through is actually missing leaders and kind of missing cards. And there's quite a lot. And I know we've been through what, 6-7 sets now, including the theme boosters, right?
Yeah, counting side sets, yeah, roughly.
But we only have 2 Nappa cards for 1, and 2 we don't have no Raddatz. We have no Raddatz leader. We have no Raddatz card. Same thing with Pycon. Same thing with Garlic Jr. Same thing with a lot of different characters, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. What do you think about that?
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, Nappa, I'm not too concerned with because he's kind of whatever. But I will say that it'll be pretty cool if we get like a SSJ Nappa at some point. Raddatz is someone I see a lot of community members on Facebook talking about, which I do actually agree with. It'd be cool to see a Raddatz leader. Pycon's like one of my favorite characters in all of Dragon Ball because he's just a total badass. And I think it's really interesting because, like, yeah, we haven't gotten Garlic cards yet. We haven't really touched on much of the Saiyan saga, and I think they're taking a good pace with that because, like, there is a finite amount of content to reach in the Dragon Ball Super card game. I think it's a very big pool, but it is finite. So I'm glad they're not burning through it too fast.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I mean, we have a lot to go. Like, the Dragon Ball universe in itself is kind of huge. We have all of the games, all of the shows, all of the knockoffs, all of the different universes, like heroes, all of basically just like the fan-made stuff too. And I think that's pretty crazy that we have all this stuff already and all the mechanics that we have, and we still have a lot to go. And one kind of curveball is if we did have a Raddatz leader or a Raddatz card, what would it be? What do you think?
Man, I don't know. Probably like maybe something to do with stealing things because he stole Gohan in the Dragon Ball saga, in the early DBZ saga. Maybe something to do with like
a kidnapper trait, like
maybe something like that. Like maybe something along the lines of what Toa does. Maybe something along the lines of like sacrificing one of your creatures to kill another creature, with the whole thing with like Goku taking the special move cannon. I don't necessarily know what the thematics would be. Maybe they could even make it into a Raddatz lineage type of thing. That'd be cool. Some additional lineage support. I
was actually thinking about that. So not so much of like lineage itself, but most likely something to do with bond. So like Saiyan bond. So if you have a number of Saiyans on your field and he's in your leader area, or if he's your leader, you get a certain effect. I don't know what that effect would be. Maybe something to KO. Maybe something to drop a card. Maybe something to do like, I don't know. I think that'd be probably along the lines of what it would be though.
Yeah, I'm really happy they reach out to like things like Xenoverse and Dragon Ball Heroes, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll even start to make up their own stuff. Like if they never touch on like a Super Saiyan Raddatz, maybe like the game will create that, and that'd be pretty dope. Right.
I completely agree. Another thing that we kind of we kind of want to see are actually set 1 and 2 foil reprints, and I know Sensu Bean's gonna be one of them, right? What else? Let me see. I'm actually gonna pull it up for the card list real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, obviously Sensu Bean and like the Champa. I don't know how that'll look in foil.
Yeah, well, for the Champa we have Kai right now, but I think that's a cool replacement. But for set 1-2 stuff, like definitely Sensu Bean, like just a reprint in Sensu Bean in general is really important, because at my locals, for example, that's like a really big barrier to entry, just not having access to Sensu Bean. So just having a reprint in general with the opportunity to come foil would be really important. Objection would be really cool. Other set 1 stuff like Energy Boosted Majin Buu would be a good one.
Kaba, I think so.
Yeah. 1-drop Kaba would be great.
Foil leaders. So something like Android 1718. Oh man, I would pay like $10 for that.
So, and foil super combos too, like Vados, Piccolo, Trunks. Midoriya, Trunks. Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, man. that sounds good. King Vegeta surprise attack. Yeah, okay. I was looking through all the cards. I kind of like that. But yeah, definitely.
That'd be gnarly.
Yeah, I think definitely foil reprints and just reprints in general is good. I think for the foil part, they can do like special packs. I know Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't really kept up with it. You can probably let me know a little bit more. But Yu-Gi-Oh and a few other different card games can do different special packs. I know Pokemon does it. Of like a special like set, and then in that set has different reprints of different art or foil. So I don't know. Does Yu-Gi-Oh and other games do that or no?
So my expertise is in Yu-Gi-Oh because that's the game I played the most before this game. And what they do is like, so you know how we get side sets and it's like martial arts tournament, it's tournament of power. We get like themed side sets, and like all the cards in the side set are new. So Yu-Gi-Oh, what they'll do is they'll print side sets, and those side sets will have new cards and new themes in them, but they'll also have reprints of old cards. So for example, like something like Senzu Bean would be a reprint in a side set on top of like whatever new archetypes are coming out. So I think that's a cool way they do it. But I think reprints are really important in this game, like Senzu Bean being probably the most important one. But this game is also still quite young, so I think and hope we'll see reprints in somewhat near future.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I don't think Bandai is going to do it like that. And if they do, I mean, it's good for the value, which we'll probably go into later. But I think it is. I think it is. Also, Zeno and as well as Unyielding. Oh man, that would be good foil. All right. Anyway,
pretty cool. We're getting those judge foil though.
Oh yeah, that is something I didn't cover. As far as the new judge packs, I have no idea where that is in the in the website. I completely forgot. But
yeah, I can link it to you later.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, all those have the set 1, set 2 stuff, so that's cool. One thing that another thing that I wanted to talk through was actually non-secret ultimate cards. So what that really means is like SR or rare or whatever that is already an ultimate or one of. And I think the premise of a limited list or a banned list kind of goes in with that, but it is already sort of banned. So something like Flute could technically be an ultimate card, but something else that you can only have one of in the deck actually would be kind of interesting. I don't know what. Do you feel like you have any ideas on that or no?
That's a cool idea. Like if Flute came out originally and had the tag ultimate on it, that would actually be really cool, and it probably would have a lot more balance from the start. The only thing is like, which we're gonna talk about a little bit in my half of the video, is like it drives down the secondary market to an extent. It's like I think the main theme of Ultimate is that this card is so good that you can only run 1 copy per deck, and I think that those being reduced to like rares and commons, maybe SRs will still be okay, but that being dropped down to rares and commons might devalue the secondary market a little too much for such a good card. Maybe. I think real quick, I'm not advocating for this game to be like stupidly expensive. I would hate for that to happen, but it might just devalue it a bit too much.
Yeah, I think having the ultimate trait is good for the secret rares for now. It would be very interesting to see what they could come up with for one-ofs.
I can definitely agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that too. I can agree. And the next thing is obviously official online play. So I think you play on Octagon, I play on Tap, right? Or do you play on Tap anytime? Or
I used to play on Tap, but now I play more Octagon because my team plays more Octagon.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I personally play on Tap. I have like a stupid amount of hours. Like it's dumb. Like it's literally dumb how many games I've played. Like I played maybe over 1,000 games, I think. Which I love the Untapped Shenanigans videos. It's terrible. I think it's just like, what am I doing? It's just I love it. I just love the game, and I do love Untapped. Like I love everybody there. I love the staff and stuff. For Octagon, I've played it a few times, and I was just like, oh, this is cool. But then I just like the ease for Untapped. But for both options, I think are very, very good options. What we're really missing is just an official online sort of thing, whether it's be a mobile app, online, on desktop, an application, whatever. But the only thing about that is that as soon as we have online play, people in the locals and as well as just people who collect cards, it'll probably be either devalued or played a lot less. And I don't know if I want that to happen. And I think that's a huge thing for Bandai not to introduce online play just yet.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Like this came up on the Dragon Ball Super Community Facebook maybe a week or two ago, and the question was like, are card games dying to online play? And my thing is like, I am much more in favor of playing in real life. Like honestly, I don't care for playing online too much. It's just like you have to in order to play test new stuff that's not out yet. So my thing is like, I want the IRL card games to like stay strong and stay vitalized. And I wouldn't necessarily love if they came out with like sanctioned online play as far as like official tournaments go. I was gonna go somewhere else with that in a second. Sanctioned play and these companies like Bandai, for example. I think they'll make infinitely more money printing real cards than they will with online play, unless like if they decide to go the route of making every card free and you can construct your deck however you want and you just pay tournament entry, or they can go the route of something like Duel Links where you actually still have to buy cards and you still have to buy packs and you still have to buy expansion sets. So they can go that one of two ways. But in my opinion, if they're going to go that route of making you still have to buy cards online, I think it would make more sense just to keep in real life cards valued.
Yeah, I think so. And I think they just have to play it carefully. Either that or we have to go probably at least another year with the card game first before we introduce anything online or mobile. Because again, as soon as we do that, people are going to flock to that. And it might turn out as Yu-Gi-Oh, where Yu-Gi-Oh has like Duel Links and they introduce like set by set, very, very like slowly, very simple compared to the actual game that's going on right now. That could be it. And both games, to me at least, are actually thriving compared to a lot of other either TCGs or mobile games.
Oh yeah, they're both doing very well.
If we get to that point, I'll be happy. I'm happy to play either one. But we'll see. I think that's a very, very much of a quote unquote we'll see. Can't see my quotation mark or quotation fingers. And I'm just looking at the website. I did not. Well, one, they just now introduced the BCC app where you get like points and stuff like that from actual tournaments, which is pretty cool. So that's gonna be cool to see next month. And then the tutorial app is the only thing that we actually have. Has a PC version. I did not know that. I thought it was just on the app for mobile.
I didn't know that either, actually.
That's pretty dope. Anyway, the last thing that I kind of wanted to talk through was drop manipulation or things that we can interact. And you're going to talk through more interactive stuff, but interact with our drop a little bit more. I think we have only a number of cards, like the gravy card, in which I'm pretty sure it has a black limitation leader. Or
if your leader's black and you combo with it, you can take 3 cards from your warp and put them back in your drop area.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's nice and all. But outside of that and the new Bulma card, I think those are the only two. And also the Trunks. I think the Trunks from set 2, I believe, Impeccable Trunks, or I forget his name. Let me just pull up show notes later. Implaceable Trunks, yeah. You evolve for 3, and then when it evolves in the card, you choose 1 card from your drop area and add to your hand. And I think that one, the 4-drop that stupid extra card that's from Disable Hopeful Future.
Yep. I think there's one for green and blue. Rebirth, the rebirth thing.
Yep. So we got that. We got the new Desire cards. We got Maiden Transformation, but nothing too crazy as far as drop manipulation, either from drop to field, which again Desires are really good for right now. Drop to deck, which I guess, and then drop to life, which is obviously not going to be introduced to just yet. So more of that, I think, probably needs to be in the game.
Yeah, drop to life would be cool, especially for something like the Namekians, where a lot of people thought they'd have like a regenerative awakening ability. Cool. Maybe that'll come down the line. Deck to grave is actually really underlooked, which the first one I think that's even coming out is that 1-drop Frieza that dumps a Frieza from deck to grave. But yeah, I think there's a decent amount of, and then like a lot of overwhelms too. Like if you just count your warp as an extension of your drop area, like you have certain cards that grab cards back from the warp, like Overseeing Time. Yeah. And there's like the 7-drop Demigra that summons any 4-drop or less back from your warp. So there are some cards that I guess get things back from the warp or grave. Yeah. But a little more interaction I think would be cool. Like Mill in this game is really weird to me because there's not like a super high level of interactivity with your graveyard, and it's like, dang, I just milled 2 super combos. This sucks.
Yeah. Pretty much. I was just looking at the 2 drop cards from, I think, Cross World, or is it Cross Worlds? Let me look at it. Like Gene or Gane. When you combo. Yeah, when you combo and you place up to 3 cards from the top of the deck into the drop. Yeah, I mean, those are the only ones that I can think of. So yeah, very interesting. Very like those are really good for Overwhelm and other things that require things in your drop. Even the new Black Mass Saiyan, which you can get a 3 or more. I'm looking at it right now. 3 or more black card from your drop and add it to your hand. That's still pretty cool.
Yeah, that leader is actually very unique with the fact that it can awaken and like grab cards back and swing and grab cards back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think that's actually pretty cool, especially with the burst mechanic. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think my list is pretty solid. I feel like, and of course your list is going to be on your channel. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, like, dislikes, subscribe to both me and Mr. Cross World TCG. Definitely do that. Do all the above. Just take time. take like 5 minutes to do all that.
Take a couple hours, scroll through all the videos on both the channels. They're all really good stuff, I promise you.
I hope so. And well, for me anyway. Yeah, that's really about it. Any closing thoughts before we get into yours?
No, just thanks so much for having me on. This was a super cool discussion. I think it's super dope to just collab with all the DBS tubers, and thanks again for having me.
For sure. All right. Yeah. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Catch you later.
Later.